Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and this is how to use Porygon, the seizure Pokemon. Too soon? What? It was in the 90s. Come on. Alright. Anyway, let's look at Porygon-Z. Porygon-Z actually has really good stat distribution for a huge special attacker. That 135 on that special attack is really strong, and 90 isn't bad. You can make that 90 work. I can feel that 90, and you can make it work. Also, it's just a pure normal typing, so you don't have to worry about too many things from a weakness aspect. Now, it does limit your stab, but also, if we look at past trends in history, normal type Pokemon tend to have a very wide move pool and coverage. Like, their typing can hit almost everything elemental, which is why we're going to hop into Pokemon Showdown and see how crazy its typing really gets. And the biggest thing is that it gets Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Tri-Attack, Dark Pulse, some other things that we'll go over later as well. It just has pretty much all the coverage that you could want from a Pokemon. Now, the first idea I was thinking for Porygon-Z is just huge, modest, special attacker that just obliterates the opponent from agility. That you come in, use agility, focus sash procs, and now you're going to be an over 500 speed Pokemon at level 100 with 400 special attack, just throwing out any kind of hit that you want. Tri-Attack is going to be solid for stab, very high amount of power there. Ice Beam coverage, Thunderbolt coverage, and then let's also kind of like scroll down. We have Dark Pulse. We also have Charge Beam if you want to play that game. That's an interesting game right there, but it can work out as well. You also have Psychic, Psyshock, and the list just keeps going on, even to Signal Beam, Solar Beam. So it works just in whatever you need it to. Now, the ability is also something that you can choose from depending on how you want it. That download works in a weird way. That if you switch in, special attack is boosted by 1, or the attack is boosted by 1, depending on what defense is lower. So the idea is you can kind of take a risk. That, you know, sometimes your attack might boost, which doesn't help Porygon-Z at all, but if your special attack boosts, now you're at 600 special attack with that super high speed, and it paid off. Also, if you can think about a Pokemon like, oh, that's going to be a Chansey. Generally, those things have much more special defense. I'm not going to switch in my Porygon on that because the download isn't going to work. You have to kind of see like the Pokemon that are generally a little weaker in that special defense sometimes, and then you can make it work. Or you can go with the adaptability. That adaptability makes it to where the stab is increased 1.5 times to 2 times. So pretty much you're only getting bonus damage on Tri-Attack, but it's guaranteed bonus damage on Tri-Attack instead of risky bonus damage on the other moves, unless you actually play that really strong prediction aspect. Are things that Porygon-Z can do? Choice Scarf. I was thinking you can actually run a Trick Choice Scarf Porygon-Z, and that could really mess some people up. That Trick really ruins any kind of setup Pokemon. So if you see them as a setup, well, you're already fast from that Choice Scarf, and you throw out a really quick Trick, and now you're free to attack while shutting down your opponent. If not, you can go with the adaptability Tri-Attack or that download Ice Beam or Thunderbolt, and it just gives you options, which is really nice to have. Porygon-Z, also, I just want to make that other mention here, just in case I forgot, for the adaptability, agility, but pretty much that's how those are the main ways of running Porygon, that you're going to try to patch up its speed, and you're also going to try to make it you're pretty much patching up the speed on both, actually, and then you have a huge amount of coverage from there that, just looking at it, you know, you have a lot of things that you can do that. Somehow if you get a really nice hidden power, that can work. You also have Shadow Ball, but that gets outclassed by Dark Pulse. Anyway, you have a lot of options. Then we also have Porygon2, one of my favorite Eviolite Pokemon. I'll use this Pokemon more than Chansey or even Dusclops. That what I was thinking is you round out the defenses and hit points, go into that special defense with the special defense nature, because you get the most out of your EVs by going with the higher nature. And then you have really well-rounded defenses that Eviolite's going to boost these to 400, and then you almost have 400 hit points. So you're going to be very awesome. Also, Porygon2 gets Recover. I like the idea of Charge Beam on this, that with Analytic, you're generally going to be a slower Pokemon, so the power of moves are boosted by 30%. Charge Beam is going to have a boost. Psyshock is going to cover you physically, that it counts for defense, not special defense, so you have a lot of damage between charging up Charge Beam and Psyshock, and then you can just throw out a Toxic. And that, so if you ever get low, Recover, generally people have to 3-4 hit KO you, so you have a lot of opportunities to recover, throw out an attack, recover, throw out an attack, then Toxic stall them out while setting up Charge Beam for the next big KO. Porygon2, very strong and very frustrating. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's how you use Porygon-Z and Porygon2.